and Sean Belizian wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
I'm going to make a plea with you guys this morning. Terry's here. Generational Alex is here.
What up?
Terry, you're in for a wonderful surprise this morning.
Okay, strippers. All right. Can't wait.
We've got the WNBA Minute coming up, courtesy
All right.
of Alex the Merciful.
This is very true.
And I call him Alex the Merciful because here's a man that literally could hold your life in his hand and could take your life at any time, and he chooses peace. And he doesn't kill people. He could kill people.
It's a 24/7 job.
It's got to be tough,
to hold
man.
back. Yeah.
Because sometimes I look at people and go, I'd like to kill that person.
Sometimes I'm lucky I'm in a car and on the road because
If
God,
you
if
could
they
kill
were
one
available.
person at Woodward Sports, who would that be?
Oh, wow. Do it, Alex. Do it. Do it, Alex. Come on. Look at, he doesn't want to do it, Alex.
Absolutely not.
Say my name.
Let's go.
I
Say
value my
name.
position. I value the limited position I have here, and I will not name names.
I'm going to go all Ali on him. Say my name.
I would never.
Is it
I
Sean?
would never. No, I
He
would
doesn't
never.
like me. He doesn't.
I love Sean.
He doesn't.
I love Sean.
There's got to be one.
No.
Say you love Sean without laughing.
There it is. I'm done. I'm so done. One day Alex is going to snap and it's going to, come here, you. And he's just going to snap my neck.
Nah. I would never.
JB in the house as well. KG will be along. Terry, I'm tired. I am. Last night was another one of those. I'm not trying to be funny, and I know some of you are going to get. How do you enjoy watching the Detroit Tigers? I'm not being funny. Can we try to have an adult conversation today?
No.
Let's not. No hater. We're going to have an adult conversation about a particular few players as well. I really want to do that because I
Agreed.
want to get Terry's take in particular on a few young players. But Terry, I'm not being funny. It is an arduous watch. Is that a fair statement?
It's a fair statement. I didn't even try. I was watching Shark Week.
Oh, you did say Shark Week is
Should've
going.
discovered.
Is it Shark Week right now?
Yeah, Shark Week.
I'm not old enough for that yet.
I should have.
Watch how bull sharks kill people. That's more interesting.
They do. Did they have the sharks that jump out of the water? That always freaks
Yeah,
me.
the breach.
Jeez, Pete.
I guess the sharks in California never breached until last year. Now they're breaching like 1 or 2 a day,
Fun fact
Really?
of the day there,
and they're trying to figure out why.
because we keep contaminating our water.
Tigers lose. I'm not gonna hang Kiter Montero. The guy has been infinitely better than any of us could have imagined. We've used him in every kind of circumstance. It just wasn't his night. And then the Bats decide that they're going to show up and they have to play catch up, and we're not a team built for catch up because of the fact that we have no bullpen, and people still yell at me on a daily basis and say, what are you talking about? The Tigers are going to make the playoffs, even though they currently sit 7 games under 500, 107 games in, right? 107 games in. But what you're telling me is that they're going to go 13 games over 500 in their last 55.
Well, they're
Okay.
telling you they're going to win 10 in a row or 15 in a row
Okay.
or something silly like that. And they're not equipped for that. I mean, they could – I tell you what. Here's what the Tigers could do. They could be ahead in the 7th inning for 15 games in a row and lose 8 of them.
There's a difference between faith and delusion. And we, as Detroit Tigers fans, need to have that honest adult conversation, like you're saying, Sean, about if we are being faithful or are you being delusional about the Tigers' chances of making the playoffs.
It goes exactly back to what Terry said. You guys, you can talk about the starting pitching, and the starting pitching is rock solid. You could talk about the lineup. My personal opinion, I think people have overrated this lineup, and what they're doing is they're looking at the explosion of the last month and a half and not looking at the big picture. More on that in a second. But when you get down to Casey Mives gives you 5, maybe 6. Tarek Skubal gives you 6, maybe 7. Okay? Melton goes out and has another another outstanding start. He gives you 6, okay? You're talking about the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. We have to hand the ball to somebody out of that bullpen.
Correct. And in today's baseball and the way Hinch runs it, I don't care. I mean, you could be on 59 pitches, no hitter. You're not coming out for the 7th. You're done.
I was told the bullpen's a luxury a long time ago by somebody who works here.
There's been a little delusion. That day's coming. That like literally that day. I think you use the D word. I think we're so desirous to see this team take the next step that we've morphed into the delusional world. I'm not even being funny. And again, we've been talking about this for a few days. Like Neil and I talked about this last week. If 84 wins get you in, and I don't even believe it does, but just for shits and giggles, if 84 wins gets in, the Tigers have to go 34-21 the rest of the way. And I think people have made the mistake, Terry, of, well, we're only 6 back in the division, or, oh, we're only 5 back in the wild card, or whatever the hell it is. I think it's 4 right now. Look at the win totals, okay? Because you're not going to get in 80 and 82, all right? And I think we've seen it every night. What happened? Well, good, this team lost, but this team won. Well, this team lost, but this team won. And these two teams are playing each other. So if you lose, one team is going to gain on you. Even if you win, you're going to stay even with the other team. It's too big right now. But a team that's 50 and 57 is going to go 34-21 the rest of the year. Okay, sounds good.
That's fans talking.
Yeah, it
they
is.
Don't know any better, but
It is.
And then you've got to leapfrog all these teams. That's the key right there.
Mm-hmm.
If there is no one between you and the wild card, then I would say, Sean, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
You're being mean. But I mean, you got 7 teams.
Yep.
So
5. If
all
I'm not
7 teams are
mistaken,
not going to lose on a typical night.
5 teams ahead of them in the wild card, and obviously we know what the division holds. And it just, this is where we're at. And here's the interesting thing. This is what I want to talk about. Not so much this year, because I'm going to use Scott Harris's words, okay? Scott Harris has told us he does not believe in a window, okay? And I got really angry and threw my hat that day. I did. I got really angry. When you have the best pitcher in baseball, you're damn sure in a window, right? Fair statement?
Correct.
You're damn, and we're not gonna have the best pitcher in baseball. The question is, do we have the best pitcher in baseball another 2 months, or do we have the best pitcher in baseball less than a week, Terry?
Well, the question is, do you want the best pitcher in baseball on your team? I would say no.
Long term, no.
Yeah,
No.
let him go.
Yep.
You need help. And if you think, and I think the Tigers think this, that they're there. They just had a bad month and a bad season, but they're there. And that's stupid, delusional. Look, I thought they were going to win the damn division.
Me too.
I'll admit that.
Me too.
But they're just, something's wrong.
Yep.
I thought we'd be above 500 for a bit.
Oh, at the very least,
Yeah,
right?
That was my bare minimum of this season. I was like, we'll end above 500. We'll feel pretty good, and maybe go have a deep run in the playoffs. I mean, I know Maz was saying Cubs and Tigers in the World Series. I don't know how accurate that's going to be now, but yeah, it's disappointing.
Can we have a conversation about a few different particular Tigers today too? Because as I was saying, this isn't we're not in a window, okay? This is onward and upward from here. I mean, that's management's decree. We're not in a window. Onward and upward, and wait till all the prospects come in, and we've already seen some of them. I'm not going to talk about that, which I haven't seen. I know we have fun with Presinio and Max Clark and these guys. Can we talk about something that – have we seen enough of Colt Keith to kind of figure out what Colt Keith is? He's going to be 25 in a couple weeks, T. Have we figured out what Colt Keith is yet?
I like to give young guys a little bit more of a break, a little bit more leeway. And maybe this is probably wrong of me, but I like to give a guy until he's 27
Okay.
to really know what he's like.
Okay.
Because at 27, athletes say, you know what, I've made money, I've gotten all the trim I could use, Now I want to win and I want to be professional. What happens to him when he turns 27?
It's you know what, you sound like a hockey scout right now, because that's what I've always been told, and obviously there are always exceptions to the rule, that a quote unquote prime is that 27, 28 sweet spot. Not that you're going to have incredible diminishing returns after that, and many guys can keep going for many years, but that seems to be the prime, the quote unquote prime of a player. I'm not gonna crap on you for that.
Yeah, but you would think at age 25, that's a pretty mature age. You would think by age 25 you have your shit together.
You know what bothers me the most about a guy like Colt Keith is we've had 3 years of data now, okay? And the wow moments have been few and far between. KG, I'm really interested to get your thoughts on this, all right? Because he's one of those magical names that we've heard about for years. Colt Keith, right?
Yeah.
Colt Keith.
They paid him early.
All right? He's not a defender.
No,
He
he's
cannot field.
below average defender.
Yeah,
and that's being nice.
Honestly, by this point in time, can we establish? I don't know if that light's going to come on, Terry. Like, all of a sudden at age 25, he goes, "Hey, I'm going to be even an average fielder." You know
that I admit that will not happen.
Okay,
Right.
so
They got him DHing already, and you came into the season wondering, like, okay, what position is he going to play, and they decide to DH him. He doesn't actually have a position, and to me, if you're going to be a DH, you need to be mashing the baseball. Like, that's kind of the goal of being a DH, and he has moments where he does that, but few and far between. The times that you see it is few and far between, and that's kind of why it sucks.
do you know
and
what
like
his
you said, it's been
OPS
3
is?
years.
Do you know what his OPS is?
No.
702.
Jesus. Below league average.
702.
Yeah.
He's a career. By the way, this is his third year now. He just to remind people, this is a guy that he had. I'll make sure I get this absolutely right. 516 bats, 414 bats, and now 283 at bats.
Yeah.
He's had 1,200 at bats in his career, and that's why, Terry, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong. Okay. There's a little time to see if there's a next level there. But up to this point, for a guy who has 1,200 at bats and is going to be 25 in just a couple weeks, is this what we were waiting for?
And somebody that you prepaid. This was one of
Right.
the first young guys that you decided to put your money where your mouth was if you're the Scott Harris, regime. So I don't know, man, because he's not a masher. He's not somebody that's capable of going out there and giving you extra base hits on a regular basis, and he's bad defensively. So it's just like,
You know what he is?
What?
He's just a guy.
Bam.
And that's
what it
what
seems
the
like.
Tigers are filled with. Just some dudes. Just some dudes coming up every day to play baseball.
That's what it seems like.
Can we talk about, and I know everybody anointed him early in the year, all right? And he's 21, so it's a different parameter, okay?
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this. I want to say definitively, Max Clark is going into I think I know what he is territory, and I don't like it, all right?
Really?
But he is, right?
Okay.
Would you agree? No?
Max Clark?
Or not Max.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, I was like, what?
No, Colt
Yeah,
Keith.
Colt Keith, yeah.
Yeah, he's
absolutely.
going, and I don't like, he can't field.
He's
and
getting there, yeah.
Can we talk about Kevin McGonigal for a second?
Absolutely.
Kevin McGonigal is a bad game away from his OPS dropping under 800.
Eesh.
His pro-rated numbers are 14 homers, 53 RBIs. Those are his pro-rated numbers.
Yeah.
With an OPS under 8.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's 21. All right, so
First year.
fair.
Yep.
Okay, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. There were people that were ready to put him in Cooperstown the first week of the season.
Right.
Legitimate. How many go to a park? Go to the game.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Hope.
No. When you
Scott Harris.
No, he's a decent player, but when you put him next to crap, he looks like a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I do.
Let's say you get your cousin Plain Jane, right? Plain Jane put on a little pretty dress, but she's still Plain Jane, and she's sort of homely. You put her against some real witches, Plain Jane looks pretty good. And I think McGonigal is better than playing Jane, but he's gonna look pretty good with all these dudes. I mean, this is him and Riley Green, best hitters on the team.
Yeah.
I've said this for 2 decades. I mean, really, Terry, going back to the whole Randy Smith fiasco, I'm so tired of being told what guys are going to be.
Yeah.
I'd rather see it. Please stop telling me like it. This hasn't worked out for this franchise. Period. End of story. Okay. Now I know Scott Harris is surely different. I get it. I know that. All right. And I'm even willing to say, does he have a better track record so far than maybe previous general managers? Well, not counting Dave Dombrowski, because he was smart enough to jettison these guys out of here at the high point for knowns and everything. Yes, I'm willing to concede that Scott Harris seems to be better. But if I'm going to concede that, then you have to concede his moves as a general manager have not been good.
Horrible.
And this is where we're at right now with this ball club.
Yeah.
You'll all see a bunch of young players like that and a general manager that when you think of him adding to the team and making the team better, it just hasn't been there.
Yeah, and to Terry's point, you have failed to protect the good hitters in your lineup because, people like Riley Green, who have you really paired him with? Kevin McGonigal, he's had a great year in my book. There's nothing that you can really do to this point to kind of tarnish the year that he's had as a rookie. He's come in and had some of the most professional at-bats of anyone on the team. He looks like a 7-year vet, and we have lacked that in this lineup, but even still, that's not enough. We all said if they add another bat, they add another bat. Well, technically they did add another bat, and it still was not enough because the type of talent that you have surrounded your actually good hitters with has been very, very mid to this point.
It's the sad thing about this team. The veterans, the ones who should be carrying this team, have to go to McConical and say, hey, bro, how do you do this?
Right.
Show me a couple, tips. Because I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
Are we done with Spencer Torkelson?
I am, man.
Are we, no, I'm serious. And you know what? By the end of the year, he might end up with 30 home runs again.
Yeah.
And I get it. They don't grow on trees, although I do think a weak hitting with power, however.
The inefficiency.
All of it,
yeah.
Right?
I'm over. I've been over Torque for a while, and I did try to give him a chance because last year he did kind of have a resurgence at the plate. He looked a little more competent. He was able to take a lot more walks, and he was just hitting a little bit better than what he is now. But he's kind of regressed back to that mean, and he's almost maybe even worse than he's ever been. So, I mean, I'm over him at this point. To me, you can go get anyone to play first base that can do what he does right now.
Dude, I feel the same. I don't want to say dime a dozen, but there are a lot of guys out there
like
that can play average first base and can mash the ball.
Yeah.
The majors are full of them, too.
And can hit 200.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can get those.
Ton of guys.
But Torkelson is a dude that just does enough to stick around. Right when you say, okay, I'm going to get rid of this dude. I'm sick and tired of him. He'll hit 3-4 home runs. You say, okay, here he is. He's back. And you got to wait another month for the next home run.
Yeah. It's not lying.
Last night was absolutely frustrating to me.
No,
and I feel for Kiter. I do. I feel for Kiter. With that man has been put in so many unfair circumstances this year, and I'm not going to crap on him for last night. I'm just not.
No. I mean, he's shown himself to be a pretty competent starter. He just got knocked around last night by a little bit of a better team than what you faced in the Kansas City Royals. The Orioles are surging right now. You got Gunnar Henderson actually out there making plays. So it's one of them things, man. But we knew this was going to be a tall task, and then you got Kerry Carpenter getting hurt again. I know we didn't bring up Kerry's name, but he's hurt yet again on another injured list. It's just like, what are we doing here? Man, I don't even know what to say at this point because, like I said, me and you saw this coming a mile away, and it's not that we wanted to be negative or things of that nature. We just knew what the actual makeup is of this team. You got to realize how good is this team actually. Aside from can they make the playoffs and should we trade or should we not trade, how good is the pieces of this team actually? And I think we are realizing in real time, and it's been years running now, that they just aren't good enough. A lot of these guys just aren't good enough.
Let's look at it this way. It's 25-man roster, right?
Yep.
Give me everybody in this roster you're not sick of. Who are you not sick of?
Riley.
Riley.
Scooble.
Yeah.
Mize. Melton. Kiter. Dingler.
And McGonigal.
McGonigal. That's
Wow.
it.
7 of 25.
Yeah.
It's not a good percentage.
And are we forgetting anybody? Just in the interest of being fair, are we forgetting anybody?
Glaber's been struggling. Like I said, Carey's hurt again. No, I don't think we missed anybody. Torque's bad.
Glaber, I would put on that list like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Now I'm sick of him.
Yeah. But, I mean, Glaber is what he is, though, and that's the only thing with Glaber. Like, he is a pretty good hitter. He's a professional hitter. He's only going to get you so far. He's Glaber Torres, you know. So
Kerry Carpenter has a 692 OPS.
yeah, he hasn't been good.
I told you I actually named the group chat Delusional.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want, I could show it to you.
Oh, that's
I have a
hilarious.
picture of Scott Harris as the chat, and the group is called Delusional. Okay. These guys talk up Kerry Carpenter like you wouldn't believe, and and you know what it is, T? It goes back to what you were saying. Like, okay, there might be a 2 or 3 game span where Kerry matches 4 home runs in 2 or 3 games, right? But you know the really cool thing about baseball, there are these things called averages.
Yeah.
Right? And they don't take the small sample size and make it speak for everything. They take the average of what you are. And when a dude's hitting barely above 200 and he has a 692 OPS, pardon me if I don't have parades for him.
And he's a specialist. He only hits one side of
That's
the
all it
plate.
is.
And,
But he doesn't even do that.
And A.J. Hinch is too scared to play him the other way. Like, he just won't let him take his lumps out there. So, like I said, you just a lot of ill-fitted parts on this team. And you are just starting to see it in real time. They are far from – they have good players, but that doesn't mean they're a good team, if that makes any sense.
Has A.J. Hinch been beaten down?
I believe so.
It looks like he's just like, well, fuck it, man. I'm just going to put these dudes out here. I don't care where I bet them.
When you start doubling, like his comments the other day about Drew Summers were unbelievable. And trust me, it takes a lot to get my son frustrated. Because, I mean, you know the routine, okay?
Yeah.
Whether we want to admit it or not, you're older and you're a little more jaded. Period,
Okay,
end of story.
yeah.
You are, okay? Terry, I even think back to 2006. I was so rah, no, this team's going to do it. We'll hold the Twins off. The last day of the year, they lose the division. We know how that all worked out. My son said to me, how could AJ say that with a straight face when he came out? Somebody asked him about Drew Summers the other day, and he goes, nope, that's exactly who we should have in that position. There's nobody I would rather have in that position than that man. He was like, how could he say that? And I was like, well, maybe that's an indictment of what he's dealing with in the pen right now.
Right, because who else you going to go to? Drew Summers, up until that point, was actually playing pretty solid compared to other guys in there.
Right.
So it's like, what you want him to do? Like, I get he doesn't always make the right managerial call, or he can overmanage at times, but you also have to look at what the hell he's dealing with. And we've said this with other people in the past, like AG comes to mind, a chef in the kitchen without the right ingredients. Like, yeah, he can only do so much, and some of his decisions do help the team, but when some of the decisions hurt the team, I can't necessarily blame AJ Hinch for that because of what the hell he's dealing with. His bullpen is atrocious.
KG, if you believe the people, the national writers, I have read this more times than you could shake a stick at in the last week. If you believe the writers who said the Tigers are going to take this right up to the deadline, and for the record, if you're not aware of this, the deadline is next Monday at 6 o'clock.
Yes, it is.
If you believe the writers who said the Tigers are going to take this right up to the deadline to figure out what they're going to do with Scooble, and I'm sorry, we sounded the alarm on this like 3 months ago. There's a conversation that has to be had about Casey Mize as well, all right? Are you willing to pay Casey Mize $20 million next year?
I don't think they are.
All right?
That's just personal opinion.
Is that decision in the process of being made? Now that you've lost the last 3 games and you've fallen 7 games under 500?
You would think so, because even if they went out up until the trade deadline, they'd still be 2 games under 500.
Right.
So it's just like you got to start thinking about the future at this point, because trying to chase a damn near already lost season, to me, it makes no sense. Why would I take assets that will help me in the future to go buy on this season in which they're not a World Series team? Even if you go in the trade deadline and go get somebody, I still doubt that they would be a capable playoff contender.
Well,
I think the mistake would be if the Tigers are starting to think about the future now. They should have been thought about the future.
Right.
You're here.
Because they kept saying, well, if they win 10 in a row, if they win 15 out of 16, well, they haven't, and they can't, and they won't. And even if they do, what's going to happen in the playoffs?
Get bounced.
They'll get bounced. So I'd rather be thinking about 2027 now.
Yep. It's funny because I think a lot of people, who was it? I forget, was it Nightingale? One of the guys wrote over the weekend, the Tigers are in that unique position where they could sell, but they could also buy.
Yes.
Okay? And this is, and I'm being stone cold, sober, serious when I say this. What would give you any optimism that Scott Harris would get the right pieces for this team?
That part.
What would give you any? And I'm not being funny. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm asking you based on what we've seen out of Scott Harris as a general manager, especially at the trade deadlines. And I don't know how anybody could argue he's been 0 for 3, okay? And legitimately made the team worse last year. Legitimately made the team worse. Helped speed up the eventual collapse that we saw. What would give you any optimism that this year would be different?
Well, you shouldn't, and I think Scott Harris is mediocre, but I also think he's hamstrung by his ownership. Chris Ilitch. Now, Chris Ilitch did a smart thing, but it ended up being a disaster in signing Framber.
Mm-hmm.
Because then people say, Chris Ilitch, he's going to spend. No, he's
spending
not.
money, right?
No, he's not. He signed that contract because he knew he wasn't going to keep Skubal, so that's a wash, even though Framber is getting more money. But he's traded a big contract for another big contract.
100.
He's probably stuck with it now.
And it's
He's the Skubal replacement, though.
Right. And it's less money.
Right.
All right. Because you have a team right now that's like creeping up to the luxury. Okay? You do. All right? Well, what's going to happen next year? Let's think this out. Because, Terry, you're right. This is chess right now. All right? What you would probably pay next year 40, 45 for Skubal, you're only paying 37.5 for Framber.
Yeah.
All right? How many other the Javi contract? A lot of this stuff is going to be coming off the books.
Yeah.
So that, what is it, 210 right now? I think they're at 210, if I'm not mistaken. Those numbers are going to drop. And it gave the illusion, Terry, what are you talking about?
Right.
Chris is spending what?
They're 10th in payroll.
But yeah, that's how many times have we heard that?
One
right?
contract made him 10th in payroll.
And the reality is he did that knowing full well, I'll pay 37.5 for Framber, but I would be paying 40, 45 for Skubal.
Yeah, I know.
Or whatever the case it may be.
But look what that extra, $10 million gets you.
And you know what? He got a PR bump because of that.
Yep.
And I thought that was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It comes back to, let's be honest, it comes back to the whole optics. It does. I mean, the optics of it. And I mean, to me, that signing that day, and KG, you and I talked about that signing that day was the official closing of the door of Tarek Skubal.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately.
Yeah.
Especially when you saw all right, so why would you give a guy $17.5 million his first year and then bump it by $20 million in year 2? Oh, could it be they know that Tarek Skubal's not going to be back next year, and so they don't have to pay him?
I would say so.
Terry, I don't think enough is being said about that. Good point. The optics right now look one way. The reality is a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what they were hoping to happen is that Framber would come in and be Tarek Skubal on the mound, which he's not, of course. So then you could trade Skubal in June, July, whenever, and you have his replacement already there. Didn't work out that way. So now I think what they're thinking is, okay, Framber is a disaster. We're going to keep Skubal because we're still in the race. We still think we can win this thing, so we're going to keep him.
We did a
All the way
chat.
to the World Series.
Terry,
You're
we
right.
did a chat poll. What day was that chat poll? Do you guys remember that we did last week? Was it Thursday?
Probably.
I think it was Thursday. We did a chat poll. It was simple. Y or N? Are the Tigers going to make the postseason? I think it was 52-48, 52 Ys
Yep.
and 48 Ns.
Around that, yep.
Yeah. So
People
That-
still believed.
that goes back to what I think those numbers changed today. If
Oh,
we did
yeah,
that, and I'm not going
absolutely.
to, JB, don't do it today. But I think those numbers changed today after dropping the 2 to Kansas City, and then obviously what happened against the Royals. I think those numbers changed
Don't
today.
let them lose the day.
But that, Terry, that goes back to the I word that you used, illusion. The illusion is you're still in it. Okay, if you look at those numbers, if you look at what is it, 6 back in the division off the
Yep.
top of my head, 4 back in the wild card. If you look at those numbers, I don't like to put my faith in numbers, just me personally.
Yeah.
Numbers like that. I look at what should be the win total that you need. And I'm even being nice saying, let's say 84. This is a team that has to go 34-21 in their next 55.
They're too inconsistent.
And here's the great advantage the Tigers got this year. The American League turned into a crap show.
Yep.
And the Tigers were predicted by many, including me, to win the division. So all you got to do is play decent baseball. You're well into the playoffs. You're not sweating. You don't have to worry about it. But they couldn't even take advantage of that.
Could not. I kept hearing it. Oh, the AL is so bad. Oh, the
Right.
division is so weak.
And 84 might get you in.
I don't
might
think
get
it
you.
will. I think it's 85 to 86 for sure.
I do too, but I keep saying the word M might with a capital M.
Yeah.
Might.
I mean, there's a chance, but with that number, like that wild card number being so stagnant, like they've played all these games, they're still 4 games out, still 5 or 6 teams ahead of them. Like, what are we doing here?
That to me, I was doing that last night, KG, and Terry brought this up earlier. There are 5 teams ahead of you. More often than not, those teams are playing each other.
Yeah.
One of those teams are going to be playing each other, okay? So congratulations if you win a game. But in the meantime, Houston beat Texas, which means you didn't gain any ground on Houston.
Right.
Right? So, and we're seeing so much of that. And especially if you look at the last 10, all right? Well, you went 5-5.
Right.
You went 5-5 in your last 10. So you lost multiple games to this team, this team, and that team.
Yep.
This is where we're at.
And if I'm correct, the Orioles are the team directly in front of you, and
Yes.
you're not handling your business right
Yes.
now. So that's the least you can do in this. Is just, okay, handle your business. A team that's directly in front of you, you can make up ground that way. And so far, they've lost the game. So I'm already a leg behind in the series.
By the way, don't forget, we do have the WNBA minute here
Oh,
today.
we can't wait. I know my boy Alex ready.
Can you go 103 again? Can just go a couple, even 102? Can you go over just by a couple seconds?
All right.
Are we allowed to ask him questions, or does he just filibuster?
Well, listen, we don't want to let him go too long. I got to cut him off at a certain point. So
All right.
I'm just
How
saying.
about afterwards, if a FIME Hall of Fame journalist has any questions for him,
Okay.
maybe can we do that?
We'll make some exceptions. For
we can
Terry.
do it in the hallway.
Yeah. Just we'll make exceptions for you, Terry.
right.
We will.
This studio right now, by the way, just so you guys know,
It's hot.
I think we can all relate to this. Okay, it is literally a greenhouse in here.
It is hot.
Like if you want to grow some of the good stuff, you come in here and
Yeah, it's humid
KG
enough.
plant some in the back right now.
It's definitely humid enough.
It is a greenhouse in this studio right now.
This is crazy. Too bad Young Joy ain't seen Django yet, because I feel like Harry Washington in the hot box, man. When they build her out that damn hot box, threw that water on her.
Well, he got time to watch it today.
I'm
so
just
there you
saying,
go.
man.
If he hasn't seen it, well, you won't spoil. If he hasn't seen it now, he's not going to see it.
Yeah, true. He ain't ready for that level of movie. I don't think.
We've been trying for weeks. You know what? We should text him and ask him if he'll
Right.
see.
Have you watched Django yet with the Steve? Got to.
You know what my favorite line in there is? We sick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
All right, we sick.
Oh my god!
You gonna let him in the big
Maybe we
house?
should mix in a break. Terry, you
That would be good.
like your case study. Terry's been playing chess while the rest of us have been playing checkers. Because I saw the method to his madness yesterday. I thought it was awesome. Your little homework assignment for everybody here, I think it's awesome.
I'm a little disturbed by it, by the way. So that's being posted on woodwardsports.com
When are you posting that?
today.
Are we allowed to talk about it?
Yes, you are.
I think it is a case study on how sports fans have changed.
Yeah.
And I'll explain it to you when we come back.
We'll do that.
All right.
But I got to tell you what happened
Yes,
before you explain it.
Terry's got to tell us what happened, but I think it's a case study. Save the Joe Louis jokes. I got them all day yesterday. People were hitting me like literally. I'm watching the Tiger game last night, and somebody hit me up and boy, the Tigers could really use Joe Louis off the bench. I get it. It's day 2. We'll all move on, okay?
No,
all right, where we going, JB?
We definitely got to hear from Massage Chair House and Supreme Lending. But first, let me clear up these super chats. Shout out to everyone sending them in. I hope you're not tired of those Joe Louis jokes, because shout out to Jordan Lionheart.
Hey, still coming in.
$2. He said that squirrel was as fast as Joe Louis on the
Right, that was the highlight of the game yesterday. How many people do it take to catch one squirrel?
Can I? You know what?
That shit was crazy.
KG, can I confess this? And I put this in the chat. Do you know what I was terrified of?
What?
I was terrified the Tigers would have come back and won that game, because I would have been happy.
Yeah.
But then it would have turned into like Rally Goose 2.0.
Yeah, the rally squirrel. Yep.
It would have been Rally Squirrel, and I've had enough of that. Okay,
nah, I
I've
feel
had
you.
enough of that.
It's very gimmicky, but it was entertaining though. It was literally like one of the Orioles players tried to catch the fucking squirrel and jumped out the glove.
That
like,
thing went flying.
Hey man, you don't mess with black squirrels. I'm just saying, man. The brothers know how to get up. Hey, we gonna get out of sticky situation every time. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But we got another one.
Oh yeah, we got one more. Shout out to Tev Sauce once again. Never change, my guy. Day 37, Spin Ray Scotty is a less than GM.
And growing and counting.
I think more and more are jumping into that, KG. I really
know,
do.
right?
I think more and more people are joining that crusade.
Crazy part is he gonna be here once he flubs this whole thing. He's still gonna be here.
No doubt in my mind.
Yep.
Hey, selling hopium, man.
Man. Anyway.
All right, that's it. KG, you got Massage Chair House. Terry, you got Supreme Lending.
All right, Terry, you got time to get ready. I'm trying to draw
I'm
this
ready.
out a little bit for
I
you.
got it
All
right here.
So listen, if you gonna use Supreme Lending and get in that nice home, you're gonna want to furnish that nice home. And why not put a massage chair from the Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills in there, man?
Free
They
the
carry
squirrel.
that right, Rally Squirrel, man. They carry the top brands like the Infinity and Osaki Platinum. Maybe they got a squirrel variant of the Osaki Platinum in there that they can give to the people, because it's just ever so elusive, man. But shout out to Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc and creator of the #1 YouTube massage chair review channel at the Wellness Doc. The guy kind of knows what he's doing. So you want to book a visit at massagechairhouse.com. You can or scan the QR code right there on the screen. Massage Chair House, your ultimate ticket to recovery and relaxation. You're up, kid.
Now I'm gonna tell you something, and you're gonna say, "What you talking about, Willis?" But y'all gonna want to sell your house, and when you do, it's like being on a sports team. You need people to support you. That's why Woodward Sports is happy to welcome Supreme Lending to our family. They help you. They're your team. They help you buy, sell, do whatever you want to do at your house. As a full-service lender, they boast a 99% close on-time rate and a 97% customer satisfaction score, which is higher than Spencer Torkelson. There's also game changes when you apply for an eligible loan. Mention Woodward Sports, that's us, and you will receive up to $500 off your appraisal. I like that. To score this deal, call the numbers on your screen and talk to Chad and Chris at Supreme Lending today. Get that team behind you if you're selling your house.
Experience summer in Detroit with pro soccer at Keyworth Stadium. Every Detroit City FC match brings a new reason to show up early and stay late. Tickets available now at deadcityfc.com.
What's up, everybody? Neil Rule, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Planet Fitness. I've been a member there going on 4 years, the best gym in the gym game. Something really cool they're doing this weekend due to the air quality outside. You can work out for free at any Planet Fitness, Michigan, Indiana, Ontario. Again, due to the air quality, you can still go get that workout in at Planet Fitness for free. Stay out of that smoky air and get into the clean facility that is Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, don't pay more money to lift the same weights. Don't do it.
For more Detroit Tigers coverage, make sure you subscribe to Woodward Tigers on YouTube. All Tigers, all the time. For the hardcore Detroit sports fans who can't get enough of the Motor City's teams. All season long, you'll get non-stop Tigers content from on-field interviews, post-game reactions, and roundtable insight from Woodward Sports. Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Hey, what's up? You were up watching the Tigers. You were frustrated. You couldn't get to sleep. You need that jolt of energy. Some people grab the coffee. Some people grab the energy drink. Might I suggest trying Thrive? The wintergreen, outstanding. Okay, I'm telling you, elite, top of the level is that peach citrus. It is filled with the good stuff. 300 milligrams of energy. And here's the beautiful thing about it. You aren't going to get that bloating. You aren't going to get that crash. Oh, I need my nap. You can find Thrive at dipstop.com. Now, that's the way I suggest you go do it. Go to dipstop.com because you take off 15% just by mentioning WSN. It's that simple. It's legit. It gives you the dipper fix. What more could you ask for? Thrive, fast acting, pure energy. Get yourself some today. And once you got that energy, right, you know what you can do, JB? You can roll on over to Buddies. And you know why you want to roll over to Buddies? Well, first thing, you have to look at it. Okay, just look at that. One of the most beautiful things your eyes will see all day. Just think if you have one in front of you. You can have one in front of you as well. Buddies is celebrating 80 years of being the Detroit original, okay? You hear it all the time. Detroit-style pizza. They're talking about Buddies. Everybody copied Buddies. Everybody seems to have their own Detroit-style pizza. They're talking about Buddies. So why would you go with an imitator? Go with the original. And that's exactly what Buddies does. Okay. If you're having a shindig, Buddies has a great deal. Typical Buddies, right? They have a birthday and they're giving savings to you, okay? 80 years of hooking up the community. But if you're having a shindig, listen, any order of $200 or more, and the menu is very, very extensive. Look at it. You get 20% off right off the top simply by using code Woodward20. 20% off any order of $200 or more. Visit buddiespizza.com/catering to view their complete menu and place your order today. See, I have to thank Terry Foster for two reasons. Number one, as the Minister of Words, this is good content and it's a good conversation piece.
Yeah.
And we've had just about everybody on staff give their top fives in the past few days since you threw this out there.
Top 5 athletes of all time.
In Detroit.
Athletes.
In
Well,
Detroit.
I'm going to thank you for the praise, but I think the Minister of Words made a mistake.
Oh, yeah?
When they were putting in their top 5, I was getting little notes. Well, I'm only including people that I've seen play. I didn't know the average age of Woodward Sports was 12 years old.
Yeah, it's pretty.
But the top 5 athletes of all time, according to the youngsters here at Woodward Sports. Number 1 was Miggy, which I have no problem with, but I wouldn't vote him number 1.
Agreed.
He's
Number
top 5,
2
yeah, not
was
number
Calvin. I don't have a problem with Calvin being number 2. Here's my problem. How do you put Calvin ahead of Barry Sanders?
Couldn't agree more.
They didn't see Barry though.
They did because
Yeah.
they didn't see Barry play.
Mm-hmm.
But that still doesn't mean he's not better than Calvin Johnson.
And I do think that is fair.
I mean, here's a guy. He could have been the all-time NFL rushing leader if he chose to do that. He chose not to do it.
Yeah.
Because he was sick of the Lions. But this guy, Barry Sanders, was not a football player. He was a magician.
Yeah, he was different.
He did things on the field no human being ever was capable of doing.
Too
And
damn
Calvin
low to the
was
ground.
great too. Calvin was great too. Now, Sean, I want you to give me your top 4 Red Wing players of all time.
All right, so not just guys I've seen. All right, I put Gordie Howe, and I didn't have him on my list because I was one of those guys that I said. Gordie Howe, I think you have to put him number 1. I don't
Mr.
think
Hockey.
I think Terry Sawchuk deserves a big thing, and as you pointed out, most people don't know who Terry Sawchuk is. I would put Nick Lidstrom on there. Nick Lidstrom, again, when you talk about guys in Winnipeg or L.A. or Dallas or Montreal saying one of the best I've ever seen is Nick Lidstrom, I think that means something,
Yeah.
okay? Not the slapdicks around here. And then, you know what? I'll go Steve Yzerman.
Okay.
I'll go Steve Yzerman next.
One Red Wing made the top 5. Who do you think it was?
Had to be Eisenman or Lidstrom. One of the two.
Didn't,
Or Sergey.
I know the answer.
Yeah, it was not Sergey. It was not Yzerman. Wasn't Howe.
It was
It
Lidstrom.
was Pavel Datsyuk.
Oh, wow. I told you he would make some people's list.
Do you know what that is? And to me, that's the biggest. That is, you are talking about the clip generation for the people that put him in there.
Yeah.
Because if you made a highlight tape, now the only one in my mind, Barry Sanders, if he played in this generation, they build statues of him everywhere around this town.
Right.
Okay, take your time. If you haven't watched Barry Sanders highlight films, take your
you're
time.
missing out.
Go seriously. Give yourself 10 minutes today. Go on YouTube. There are Barry Sanders clips everywhere that will. Terry, I
Astonish
still,
you.
like without words, kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
he defied physics.
Yeah.
He did. I mean,
He broke Rod Woodson's ankles, bro. That was
legit.
the craziest shit I've ever seen.
legit,
Like,
right.
he literally broke someone's ankle.
legit. Pavel Datsyuk. If you're talking about a highlight reel, Pavel Datsyuk's highlight reel is better than any Red Wings player ever.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd put Sergei Fedorov as a close second. But if you're talking about a highlight reel, so that didn't surprise me, T. The Datsyuk thing didn't surprise me. Because the younger generation, they love clips, they love the highlight reels, they love the oohs and the ahs. And I'm not saying you're wrong for it, okay? Like I'm
Yeah.
not being the boomer here. That's just the way that you grew up, and I get that. But if you're talking about great players, Terry, as great as Pavel Datsyuk was, I don't put him anywhere near the top 5. One man's
Yeah,
opinion.
it's okay.
Of Red Wing players, not
You can
not
argue
overall.
he's top 10 maybe, but
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I
you can
think
argue
so.
top 10.
Very good player. I don't want to make fun of what he did in his career.
Yeah.
He was wonderful. But Yzerman, Sergey, Lidstrom, Howe were special.
Yeah.
Elite.
I could even get geeky and throw Ted Lindsay in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Red Kelly. We could. But just in the last 30 years, you're right, Terry. A handful of guys over him.
Yeah. I put Pavel as I could put him in as my top 5 Red Wing of all time, but not
Yeah.
not overall.
Now, Terry, I got to ask you, because there's virtually no Pistons that you can put on that list from the 2010s if you're, someone that didn't see the Pistons of the past.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Cade? I know some people had Cade on there.
Cade didn't get as many votes as I thought he was going to, and I got little notes. He's still ascending.
Yeah.
Cade only got like 7 points. I did a point system.
Okay.
For instance, Cabrera had 36 points.
Of course.
Megatron had 32 points. Cade only had 7. And what people were saying is he's going to be there, but he's still ascending. He hasn't done enough yet.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I think that's
his
fair.
book
Yeah.
is not
That's
finished.
That's absolutely
That's
fair.
fair.
Yeah.
It's almost talking about a guy's legacy 15 years ago, and he's got another 15 years to play. Shout out to LeBron.
Right.
ESPN's been making money on that for 15 years,
No,
man.
they have. It's a little different with the LeBron convo, but yeah, Cade.
Where was Zeke? Where was Zeke?
Zeke finished 3rd.
Okay.
Now, I did a composite. I'm not
Right.
including this in the story, but I did a composite of me and Maz, because we're the old guys.
Mm-hmm.
Our number 1 was Barry Sanders. Our number 2 was Isaiah Thomas. Number 3 was Steve Eiserman. And so it was a lot different than the young fellas.
I had all 3 of them on my list, too.
But you
Yeah.
said Zeke had how many points? Because the
I-
kids didn't see him play either.
No,
but
they
they
didn't.
voted him in.
Yeah, but you know what? They're so basketball crazy around here, and they know a lot about Zeke. They feel
Yeah.
they see him on TV,
Of
and
course, yeah.
they see him online. But he had 21 points.
As he
finished
should.
3rd.
Yeah. As he should.
He's the best little big man I've ever seen.
No, for real.
I'll die saying that. I will.
That Bad Boys team interrupted history, as I love to say. They weren't supposed to be there, but they took it. They went out there and they absolutely
Terry,
took it.
seriously, I mean, for people like Terry was on the beat forever, okay? Terry, Bad Boys, I mean, that's it. Who is better than Isaiah Thomas? If you're talking about little big men, if you're talking about little guards, no, it's Isaiah Thomas and Allen Iverson. I get tip of the cap.
Oh, no, yeah.
Tough as nails.
I love AI, but no.
I'll take
he's-
Zeke.
He's
I'm
not
serious.
Zeke. He's not Zeke.
Yeah,
And
I'll
I
take
love
Zeke.
AI to death.
I think I might go Steph Curry,
Okay.
the little guys.
Okay.
No.
All right. He revolutionized the game.
He did. For
Right.
sure.
Period. End of story. He did. I'm not.
I think all 3 of those guys in a way.
I'm not going to argue
revolutionized.
with you, but I think my heart's telling me to take Zeke.
Yeah.
I'm being a little
But
slappy.
there are some NBA players who changed the way the playground and the blacktop players played. Friend Magic Johnson did that. Before Magic Johnson, everybody wanted to get their shot up. When Magic Johnson came around, you saw dudes on the blacktop passing, doing no look and blah,
Right.
blah, blah. So he changed things. Steph Curry with the 3-point shot.
Yep.
When you see kids out there shooting, everybody's shooting from 30.
Mm-hmm.
So he
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
it's crazy.
AI did that with the crossover too. Like he revolutionized
well,
the
you
game
know,
in that
I'm
way
gonna
too.
give more credit to Tim Hardaway Sr. for the crossover, and then AI came along and
Yeah, it
probably
was the
topped
face.
it.
Yeah, it was the
But
face.
Tim Hardaway, man, his crossover was
He
nasty.
was nasty. Shout out to him.
It was nasty, but I mean they revolutionized the game.
Yep.
Michael Jordan did, because then everybody was they couldn't do
Fadeaway
what Mike
jumpers.
did, but they
Yeah.
were
Right
they're
tongue
crying
out, Air
you
Jordan,
know?
Do you ever have
kind of
generational
moment.
basketball games against like little cousins, or for those of you that are fathers? Do you ever have generational basketball games? Like my oldest friend and I will go take on like his son and a couple of his friends, right? Mm-hmm. And honest to God, we're so used to setting up near the post, and none of those kids go anywhere near it.
No, they shooting in your face.
Nowhere near it. No, where we? Okay, here comes Riley. Riley, I look right at Riley. Riley, I'm going to put an elbow in your kidney. I want you to know that. Don't get mad at me, but I'm going to put an elbow in your kidney. Okay? Don't swing at me. I'd rather not. But I want you to know you're not going to be allowed. And these kids just stay outside.
Yeah,
You
I was
guys-
going to say, home team. I was going to tell you, you're not going to get a shot to put the elbow in his kidney because he ain't getting near you.
Right.
Don't get anywhere near me. They all sit outside and bury threes.
Right, you stay out there, old man.
And so, you know what we do? Like, that's exactly it. Then we turn into old man and go, why did you guys play basketball?
Right.
Right.
When are you kids going to play basket? This isn't basketball. Why don't we just play horse? I love
Right.
that line. Let's
Why
just
don't we
play
just
horse.
play
Let's have a
horse?
horse competition. You know?
I did it wasn't a clinic. It was, we went through a Pistons practice, and we were actually playing as, members of the media. And what they showed us, what they did is, one, you attack the paint. You attack the cup. do it. You know, they were running plays where they were attacking a couple times. If it's not there, then you look for your 3-point shot or the mid-range and then the 3-point shot. Now it's you are setting yourself up to shoot the 3-pointer. So that's how basketball has changed.
You think about it. When you played in a driveway at the schoolyard, every bucket in the game was scored within 10 feet of the bucket.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It legitimate. Terry, am I wrong?
Right.
No, you're
Every
absolutely
goddamn
right.
basket was.
Or you only had one guy that knew how to shoot for real, and you would just hit him. Like,
Right.
But now everybody shoots. Like, it's crazy.
I'd go all Kareem on people,
Right.
and hit the skyhook. I had that sweet spot in my buddy's garage where if I put the ball in that sweet spot, I knew it was going to bounce right into the rim.
Yep.
Are you like unstoppable? Are you kidding me?
Layup packages. That's
Yeah.
that's what we was focused on.
Right.
Finger roll.
Oh, we do this, man. We have the ball, like,
Right.
Somebody's on. Okay, bitch, I'm about to.
You're right. Turn
I'm about
around.
To do you turn around?
Kobe.
My favorite. You know what my favorite move, and the only person who will know who this person is here would be Sean.
Okay.
I used to like to do the Jack Sigma.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard the name before. For
Jack
sure.
Sigma, 7-foot dude.
Yeah.
What he would do, he would post you, spin around and face you, pump fake, and then shoot 10-footer, and it was unstoppable.
Damn.
Isn't when we talk about those highlight clips, isn't it weird? Like some of the highlight clips, you know who I've seen more and more in recent years, and it's almost like the younger generation has discovered him. The Larry Bird clips are everywhere.
Yeah.
They really are. I mean, there are Larry Bird. Larry was a bad man,
He
okay?
was.
Larry was one of those guys, Terry, before Michael Jordan. And I've confessed this before. KG, I hated Michael Jordan with every ounce of my being.
As you should have.
I cannot put into it. And then something happened. Yeah, and I think it was the 92 finals, the whole this and all that. Like, I stopped hating him and just accepting the fact that I might be watching the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah.
So I still didn't like him, but I stopped hating him. Does that make sense, Terry?
No, it makes total sense. And to your point with Michael Jordan, people at the Palace used to come out and cheer him.
Uh-huh.
I said, don't cheer this man. This man was responsible for ruining your franchise.
Like literally.
And I got to. Larry
did the
Bird
bad
was the
boy.
exact same way. You know, because I loved Magic, the whole Michigan State, Indiana State thing. I hated Larry Bird. And then towards the end of his career, I was like, there is no reason that this white man should be doing the shit that he does.
No.
There's no and it's funny when you see some of those videos, the reverence that some of the guys talk about in regard Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan, the reverence that people speak of Larry
Okay,
Bird.
can I call these dudes out?
Yeah.
I see the same videos. Oh, Larry Bird would talk trash to you. Oh, he was great. But you know what they said when they were playing against him? This white boy's overrated.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden,
Yeah,
oh, he can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Story. It
Right.
is.
Yeah.
But it's funny when you think of again the real generation. All right, why don't we see more Magic? Magic was unbelievable. Like Terry, you did it. The no look dishes and everything. He was phenomenal.
I think you can make a case for Magic Johnson being the greatest player of all time.
I'm not going to argue that in any way.
You can make a
shape, or
case.
form.
Now he's going to come third or fourth or something. But
a lot of people had
the
considered
thing
him the
that
GOAT
what we do as a society, we just look at stats. So he averaged 18.7 points. This guy averaged 25 points a game. But here's what Magic did: if you're on the basketball court and you were a 6-point a game guy, Magic made you a 9 or a 10-point a game guy.
Yeah.
If you averaged 15 points for any other team, Magic made you a 19 or 20-point guy with him. What you had to do is you had to keep your head on the swivel because you never knew when that pass was coming. I mean, it was just, I'm looking at you, but pass is going over here.
Oh, he was amazing. Especially at his size, 6'10", playing the point guard position. It's unfair.
I always tell people one of the most amazing things, and I was little and it's very fuzzy, okay? But like Kareem missed Game 6 of the NBA Finals, and this 6'9" rookie comes in and goes, "I'll play center," and he dropped 42 on the Sixers, and they win the gosh damn title.
Crazy.
Like,
42, 17, and 7.
come on,
Still
man!
remember that.
That's insane.
You know, by the way, we had Troy Weaver on the show years ago when Joik and I were doing the show. And I give Troy or Joik all the credit in the world. Just out of the clear blue sky, right at the end of the the conversation. He goes, Troy, hate to put you on the spot. Who's the greatest basketball player of all time? Troy didn't hesitate. Do you know who Troy said? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
He goes, nobody talks about the guy today. He goes, I don't get it. People that lived in that era
he was
understand
widely known
it.
back then
But
as the
like
GOAT.
today, nobody. Now, will I go as far as Troy Weaver in terms of guys that I've seen? No, I'd put him below Magic, and I'd put him below, maybe even Zeke. But Kareem was lethal.
I think the reason Kareem is so low is because all he did was score in the paint. He wasn't a guy who had a mid-range game. He couldn't shoot the three. Wasn't a great rebounder. But that little 4 to 5 feet within the basket, he dominated. But because that area in the court was so small, and that's, he did the skyhook, he was never considered a greatest of all time. That's my theory.
You heard it a lot more back then, though. A lot of people swore by Kareem as the GOAT, 80s, 90s, and then Jordan happened.
Yeah.
And then LeBron happened.
The big debate obviously was, Dominique Wilkins was like the human highlight reel.
Mm-hmm.
The big debate was Bird Magic. It just was. And then you got to a point in time where everybody just shut up and said Michael Jordan, and that was that. Is that a fair assessment?
That's fair. And my problem with Dominique was, he give you 25, but you couldn't find that brother in the fourth quarter.
No, sir.
Damn.
No, sir.
Couldn't find him.
No, sir.
And he give you 21 in the first 3 quarters, and the game is tight. He wasn't gonna score in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Him or Clyde.
In fact, I used to call him Dama Don't.
That's
Dama Don't shoot in the fourth quarter.
Him or Clyde? Who would you take?
I would take Dominique over
Drake's?
Clyde.
You take Neek over Clyde?
Yeah.
I don't know about
You know what? I don't like, and this is
I don't know
my
about that
shit.
JB.
You know what I didn't like about Clyde Drexler?
What?
When he dribbled, he was looking at the ball. Like, you're supposed to dribble like this. He'd be like,
it worked, Terry.
He didn't have the fundamentals. It did.
Yeah, he was busting ass out there.
All right, JB, put
until
your
he met
graphic
somebody
up.
that was good.
Put your graphic up, okay?
Hold on.
You can't. We have to let the people see that, okay? Did you do that, or did somebody else do that?
That was ChatGPT that did that.
Okay.
Shout out the AI.
Terry, you got to finish the top 5 list, but already ahead of time. We're going to reveal it now. JB has a graphic to show everybody what the top 5 in this town looks like. JB, you let me know when you have it, okay?
you got
We got it.
Okay, here you go. Here's your
Hot
top
off the
5
presses.
list. There it is.
I can't see it. Oh, Joe Louis, man. Joe Louis in the basketball jersey, man. Hey, man.
That's asshole-ish stuff right there.
Yeah, man.
But it's funny.
Shout out Joe Louis, man. He did it all, man.
He was phenomenal. How many guys? How many guys can say that, man?
And Gordie Howe was a bridge maker.
Right.
That was an elite line. Alex goes, Gordie Howe is a bridge maker. Okay. Okay, sounds good.
So what I don't know here, and I should do my research, did Little Caesar play football? Did he play basketball or hockey?
I don't know. Maybe both. He might have played both.
Good at.
Double athlete.
Yeah.
Dude, he's got those sandals on, man. You are going to turn turn an ankle on the basketball court.
Move over, Bo Jackson.
Yeah, you are going to rip that ankle to shreds.
Oh,
I remember playing it like Spartacus, and it was like every time you rolled your ankle, it was like clockwork. It was
Playing
unbelievable.
it fucking Caesar
If you clowning people wearing sandals in basketball, that reminds me of when Prince and his little Revolution guys beat Charlie Murphy in basketball.
Game. Wearing the same clothes from the club.
Right.
Disrespectful as hell.
That's outstanding. All right, so how does the rest of the list look?
The list goes: number 1, Miggy; 2, Calvin Johnson; 3, Isaiah. Did these guys see him? No, they couldn't have
most
seen
of
him
them,
play.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was done, what, 94?
Oh, yeah.
94, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Or 90. And then 4 was I'm going blank. Why does no Pavel Datsuk?
Yeah.
Pavel Datsuk was 5. 4 was
JV?
No, it wasn't JV.
Oh.
What's football?
No, it wasn't football. The Lions had two players, Barry and Calvin.
Okay.
So it must have been Barry.
Isaiah was, Barry
Yeah, it
was
must
four.
have been.
Pavel was
must
the
have-
only Red Wing.
Huh?
So you said Pavel was the only Red Wing?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me stop. Calvin was 2, Barry was 3, Zeke was 4.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Pavel Datsuk
Yeah.
was ahead of Zeke for most of the voting to the very end. He passed him by.
Wow.
Terry, who's the best you've seen? Period. End of story. If you had to pick one.
I've seen it's Barry Sanders.
Me too. Me too.
I let me tell you a story. We're in the press box at Giant Stadium. They give Barry a screen pass 9 yards into the backfield. Catches the ball, turns around. I swear the whole Giants team was looking at him and said, "What you gonna do?" And he zigged and zagged and whatever. 1 yard gain was one of the best plays I ever saw in my life. There's no way he should have gained a yard on that play, but that's what he did. The knock against Barry was because he wanted to hit the home run all the time. He'd have a lot of 2 and 3 yard losses. And now to show you how great your Lions team is, when the Lions got inside the 10-yard line, they took Barry out the game.
Incredible.
I still
Right.
don't understand that.
I have never in my lifetime seen a human being get caught from behind more than Barry Sanders either.
He did get caught.
That
Yeah.
frustrated the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times he'd take off on a 77-yard gallop and get tackled at the 2.
Yeah. I mean,
it-
you did all that dancing 15 yards in the
Right.
backfield. You
He's
get
probably tired.
Right. You get tired after all the damn spin moves in the backfield.
But you know, the other thing, no one ever lined up and
hit him
the
directly.
shit out of
No,
him. Hit him direct.
No.
I mean, you shoved him out of bounds. You
Yeah.
clipped him and tripped him and shoved him.
I heard he didn't like to get hit like at all. So that's
No, he didn't.
Yeah, that's kind of why he was.
But it was
like
hard to hit him because he was so shifty.
he was so low to the ground. His center of gravity is like unreal. It's almost like his knees made of gelatin almost. Like
It didn't.
He would just
It
bounce
really
off,
did
for real.
it.
The way he would just bounce off of
It
stuff,
defied physics. It
Yeah,
did.
it didn't make sense.
In my lifetime, I don't think there's one other athlete that I could look at in all 4 of the sports, with all the greats we've had, where you could say people will say he's the greatest of all time, because there's a reverence about Nick Lidstrom, but nobody's willing to go that far.
Right.
Bobby Orr kind of has
Right,
that. You
right.
know what I mean? But if you're talking about like who in this town that's the greatest of all time, it's Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
In my lifetime. Is there anybody else that Riley, you kind of gave me is there anybody else?
He was on the list.
Yeah.
So, but Megatron not better than Barry. Like I love Megatron to death.
I haven't heard anybody nationally say that though. Have you heard anybody like throw that out there? Greatest of all time. Because that's kind of like it's Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Like it is. It's Jerry Rice.
You would hear Moss before Calvin, but Calvin is
Yeah.
firmly in the top 5
Right.
of the best to ever
Yeah,
do it. I
yeah.
think so.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody make that Art Calvin the best of all time.
Yeah.
No, I always hear Calvin top 5.
Yeah.
And
Barry
it should be.
might be the best of all time, but Jim Brown and Peyton, Walter Payton,
Walter
are
was so
right up
damn
there.
good.
Yeah.
He was so damn good. He was he'd
sweet,
just run you
yeah.
over too. Like he'd do Barry-esque things. Notice how I said that. Not
Right.
like Barry-esque thing, but then he'd put his shoulder down and just run you over.
Right.
He was what a tough guy that was.
Yeah, he was. Barry would not run you over.
No,
he was
wasn't doing
he was
that.
trying to get.
But the way he was running with them thick ass shoulder pads, I don't know how like 80s and 90s running backs did all that shit with them thick ass shoulder pads. Like that was insane.
His quads were thicker than his shoulder pads too. Didn't he? Do you
Right.
remember the first time the first time I went in the locker room that it wasn't real. It did. He looked like an abnormality. Like TMI, is that a fair?
He was the first AI athlete because
Right, it don't make sense.
his
Why he look
thighs
like
were
that?
out here,
Yeah.
and then he was like a little fella.
Oh, that's great. All right, so that's going to drop later on. The Minister of Words, Terry Foster, is going to be doing a bunch of stuff like this. We'll get into some Lions stuff as well. I'm going to say it again, and maybe this is for my own purpose, but it hit me like a ton of. I don't think we're talking enough about the deficiencies of this defense. We've talked about it.
Oh yeah, we've definitely
You and
talked
I
about
have talked about our worry of Kirby since last December.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not worried, I don't know what to tell you. This defense right now is terrifying, and I don't think we're talking about it enough. We'll get T's thoughts on that, your thoughts as well.
Here you go,
JB,
KG.
I know. Look at that.
Yeah, Barry was special, man. He really was. I only got to see the tail end of his career because I was like old enough to register football at that point. But my dad was like a big Barry fan. We were big Barry in the household, so.
He had
Shout out.
over 1,500 yards rushing 5 years in a row.
Yeah.
That's
And
nuts.
a 2,000-yard season at the end. Like, it's
Right.
crazy. Like, insane. He could have went longer. He could have easily probably went another 3
And
4 years
it was
easy.
14 or 15 consecutive 100-yard games.
That's insane.
That's like a whole season where you just have 100-yard games.
It's insane.
J's OP. All right, where are we going, JB?
Let's see. We got to hear from Mad Packs and All Day IPA, but let me shout out this one super chat. Shout out everyone sending in super chats. We've got $2 from Stephen Bathy. He wants to know, where'd it go? Is Gibbs closer to Barry Sanders or Billy Sims?
Somebody in the chat.
Terry,
Go
you know
ahead.
Billy Sims is woefully underrated in this town.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
And that barbecue spot was too. Jeez,
Gib-
that barbecue spot was solid for a while.
That barbecue was good.
He's definitely more Barry. They said,
The numbers
is he
are
more
identical.
Billy Sims or is he more Barry? And I said, he's more Barry.
Yeah.
Definitely more Barry, but he ain't Barry.
No.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat had said if Gibbs wins a ring with the Lions, that he'll have a greater legacy than Barry will, or he'll be remembered probably more than Barry will. Do you think that's true at all? If
Yes.
Gibbs were to win a ring with the
Yes.
Lions?
I have to see it happen because even though Barry didn't win a ring and wasn't even close, the magic that he performed on the field
Yeah.
made you
And he's like
Yes.
universally like argued as the greatest
right.
running back
And
to ever do it.
thousands of Lion fans, and this is what they said. The only reason about this game today is because of Barry Sanders.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
have yet to hear someone say that about Jahmyr Gibbs.
I think the younger generation, again, looking at chips and highlight reels, I think the younger generation would put Jahmyr Gibbs over him. And the rest of us would go, he ain't Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
He ain't Barry Sanders. I know I've told you this. There are very few times where I was in a building where there was a noise that, and there's no other way to say it. Have you ever been at a game where there's a noise and it just sounds different? It's so loud,
Yeah.
it sounds different. And two of them happened in that playoff one against the Cowboys. The Melvin Jenkins interception. And we even had Lomas on, and I talked about that. There was this noise. I've never heard a noise like it. It was like loud. It was, and Lowe said to me, "Sean, you're right. We were sitting on the sidelines, and we all looked at each other and said, what was that?" And then when
you had to go, Sean, you right.
right. And then when Barry made the highlight reel run, where he turned Casillas around, right? There was this noise that I can't describe it. It hurt.
Yeah.
Like it was like deep in your ear, and you're like, ooh.
Hit a new decibel.
It's not supposed to sound like that.
Yeah.
And
But even before Barry Sanders broke free, when he had the ball and there was no one around him, that was that weird sound.
yeah,
It was almost like a tornado.
yeah.
You sure that wasn't the wind tunnel from the Silver Dome?
Could have been.
Yeah, that wind tunnel was harsh. I heard so.
Oh yeah,
I
it
saw
is,
the
man.
video of it. That shit look insane. Like,
Yeah, I saw it knock off a dude's toupee.
yeah.
Especially on the cold, like KG, to your point, that was a very cold, windy day. That playoff game, it was incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
it knock a little kid down type of stuff.
Yeesh.
Like that was incredible.
Yeah.
All right, go on, JB. Sorry.
Oh, that was it. So, KG, you got Mad Packs. Terry, you got All Day IPA.
And let me tell you, being in this hot ass studio, I might need some Mad Packs. If I'm gonna pass out of here, I at least want to be high doing it. And Mad Packs might have me covered with that. Shout out to Mad Packs. They are promoting the gummies right now. The Boom Shakalaka 200 milligram hash rosin gummies and the High Low 200 milligram live resin gummies, alongside their other products, the Mad Packs extracts, Blizzard packs, pre-roll flour, whatever you need. Mad Packs got you covered. So go to getmadpacks.com. Mad flavor, mad high, Mad Packs.
Yeah.
I tell you who are some bad dudes around here, and they don't get enough credit. whoever is making that beer and the seltzers and all the drinks at Founders,
Yeah.
man, these dudes are some mad professors. This is the 15th year anniversary of Founders Brewery, legendary all-day IPA, which is one of their finest brews. It's crispy, crisp, citrusy, and refreshing, and it's nuts how good this stuff is. And at 4.7% ABV, it's built to go the distance for the entire game. Now we got a little deal for you. If you go to Art and Jake's, any location in Michigan on Monday, Thursday, and Sunday, you get Founders All Day IPA for $5.
$5?
$5, man. So it's
What
not going to
footlongs
break
was that price?
$5
So of course,
foot
drink
long.
responsibly, but this All Day IPA is legit. Founders.
Experience summer in Detroit with pro soccer at Keyworth Stadium. Every Detroit City FC match brings a new reason to show up early and stay late. Tickets available now at deadcityfc.com.
You're building a whole combat sports enterprise in the heart of it in Detroit, and that's what I think is the coolest.
I think with opportunity, right? Like you said, maybe you like to punch people in the face for real, and you know you want to be a boxer, and you have an option there. Maybe you don't like getting punched in the face, and you want to make, you like the theatricals and the storylines, and so you have an avenue here. Maybe you start at one and then want to change to the other. I don't care. I just want you in the building and know that you have some place to go to explore that. Just having the ability to, what do you want to do and how do you want to do it to the best of your ability? And it all starts with the kids.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. Two, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
Finally, life-enhancing LASIK surgery at a price you can afford. Michigan's most experienced eye surgeon, Dr. Yaldo, is offering the most advanced LASIK at just $1,699 per eye, regardless of your prescription. Imagine not just being free from contacts and glasses, but actually seeing better without them. This limited 2026 spring offer is thousands less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports. A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit sports.
Stop everything you're doing because Gold Crown just went completely overboard in the best way possible. They just dropped the new Royal Jesters, and these are not your average pre-rolls. I'm talking about 1.5 grams each. They are quad infused, keef coated, live rosin infused, THCA diamonds, and terps as well. Ooh. These are not your hit it twice and pass it around pre-rolls. These are the, you know what? I'm calling it right now. Joe Louis is the greatest athlete of all Detroit sports history.
And he played all Detroit sports.
All sports. Every day, all day. Never lost. Never. Michigan made top tier North Shore cuts. Next time you hit the dispo, don't think, just ask for the Royal Jesters, because if you're going to smoke like royalty.
I love never loss.
I know.
N-E-V-A.
Never
loss. There's no losses.
Never lost.
Never.
Go ahead.
Huh?
I was going to add, I thought you were about to say, can I ask you the same question I asked you during the...
Please do.
Okay. Of all the things that I've covered, and you got to remember, guys like Terry and I, there was a time
I just realized
in our quote-unquote careers where we were at training camp every day, okay? and I know people don't like to hear this, all right? And I know it's not even good for business, all right? And some of the younger generation, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, I'll use the crunch time guys as an example. This is not a shot. You'll know when I'm taking a shot. It's new to them. It's exciting to them. There's training camp news every day, all that, okay? Terry, it is one of the biggest wastes of times I've ever covered in my entire lifetime. And I mean that in all sincerity.
One of the biggest, but it is not as big of a waste of time as the preseason games that follow.
Yeah.
100%.
Nah, that is definitely.
We have that conversation. Do you remember, KG, almost a year ago, when the Lions looked so bad against San Diego? Sorry, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't. That's it. And, people even at the end of the year made a point. You guys told us we were dumb. We saw this coming. You take nothing from that game.
At all.
Nothing from that game. Terry,
I want to take you into the locker room at, what's this little stadium in Buffalo?
Well, the new one?
No, the old one.
Rich Stadium.
Rich Stadium.
Yeah.
I'm in Rich Stadium. The Lions had just beat Buffalo, and they are excited to finish 4-0 in the preseason. And the last person I was going through the locker room talking to players, the last person I talked to was Cliff Averill, who was a defensive tackle for the Lions. Mm-hmm. And I asked Cliff, I said, if the world were to look at your film, because he still had film back then, were to look at your film of the Lions, what would they see? And he said, they would see it jumping off the film. That's how good we are. And
they proceeded.
We are going to have a great season. I can't wait for this season to start. And we just flying. We're flying. What happened that season?
They went 0-16.
Bam.
Damn.
And the funny part is, I was at one of the training camp, one of the open training camps that year. I got a signature of damn near everybody on that team. I had an old Lions NFC Central shirt that I had from the thrift store from when I was a kid. I got everybody's signature but Jason Hansen.
The lack of talent on that team.
It was bad.
Outside of Jason Hansen and Calvin Johnson, I say that go look. Go look at what it was gross. The funniest thing I remember, since you brought it up, T, is Matt Millen was normally the guy that if there was a camera around, if there was a microphone on, he was around. And for whatever reason, he wasn't around. I'm convinced he knew that team was going to be bad. I am. I've never heard him admit it, but I'm convinced he knew.
Was this before the season began?
This was before the season began.
Wow.
And do you remember he had the beard? He came in with the beard.
Yes.
And they put a camera in front of his face, and all of a sudden he was subdued Matt Millen. And one of the beat writers, I want to say it was O'Hara, but one of the beat writers, hey, you haven't been around much. You haven't been. And he got this serious look on his face, and he was like, this roster, I think this year they're going to do the talking for me. And boy, did they ever. Boy, did they. And 3 weeks later, my guy got fired, right? And and then 3 months after that, they did the talking for you.
All I remember is just Rod Marinelli at the press conferences just blabbing up there just doing whatever. It was bad, man.
I got cussed out that year by Rod Marinelli.
Did you?
You and Killer.
Yeah.
You and Killer.
I was too negative.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
He was bad, bro.
Too negative.
Where were we?
He just had the look of a
We were
bad
at the
coach.
facility. Oh, he took me into a room, and then Bill Keenis was there, who was the PR person, and so he's just letting me have it. And I'm sitting there, and as a young kid, I was like, oh my God, the Lions coach is cussing me out. Oh my! And then I'm just standing there, and you know what I was thinking? I said, damn, T, this is your career. You're getting cussed out by the worst coach in the NFL.
Yeah.
With the worst franchise in the NFL. This is not something that you want to put in your resume.
He'll never admit it because he had too much pride. But this franchise did to him like it did to so many other people. It broke him.
Yeah.
By the end of that year, that man he'd never admit it. When you are literally saying things like "whatever to you" to people, I'll never that exchange that
Did
he had.
He have a shovel? He had a little
the shovel,
yeah,
the pick, and I used to walk 20 miles to go watch football. I mean, it was he broke that year. He did, no doubt about it.
Pad level. That's all he talked about
Pad level.
was pad level. He said, "Hey, coach, you lost again." He says, "Yeah, our pad level was a little high."
That being the reason
Just
you
lower
lost
the
is
pad
crazy.
level. And so
Pad level.
I thought he was bullshitting us. So then I asked players. I said, "Look, every time we talk to this man, he's talking about pad level." I said, "I'm sure he doesn't say that to you." He said, "No, he does. He'll get in front of the room and he said, guys, I thought you played hard. I thought you played smart, but your pad level was a little high, and we couldn't get it done."
You can't.
Pad level being a factor in a loss is insane.
There were so many things.
Yeah, it was bad. It was
I
bad.
can't-
What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive.
But the long-winded way of bringing that up is you are not going to get anything out of camp. I hate to tell you that. Like, you aren't. All right? Many years ago, Terry, I nicknamed it Camp Happy Times. Why? Because everybody talks about how great everybody is. That's the whole purpose of camp. Like when you're in your media dealings, okay? Now, back then it was different because, Terry, the reality of some of those rosters, there were spots up for grab. They're legitimately, we had so little talent here. Yes, there were spots up for grab. So he's going to talk up generational Alex. Hey, sometimes a guy would pull you aside and go, all right, I got something for you. Okay, what? Yeah, this generational Alex kid, I'm telling you, you get on him right now. You start talking about him, you're going to look smart in a couple months. And you learn the hard way. It goes through one ear and out the other. Okay, yeah, that's great and everything. It's different now because, look, correct me, there are no roster spots going to be won or lost this year. We have a jumbled mess in the secondary. It'll still be a jumbled mess when this training camp is done. The rest of it, I think, is it safe to say, KG, we know what the Detroit Lions are going to be.
Yeah.
So
barring anything unforeseen, yes.
Yeah. And here's what hit me last night when I was thinking about this. If we all know what the Detroit Lions are going to be, and we're all terrified of what this defensive backfield is going to be, and we've all been talking about this for the last 9 months, okay? What do you think opposing defenses and film rooms, shout out to Terry, and film rooms are going to think when they're preparing for the Detroit Lions?
Oh, they're going to target it.
I can give you a little highlight on that. I had a drinking session with Brett Favre, former quarterback of the Green Bay Packers.
Disgusting.
So we
human.
were just talking. I assured
that had
him.
to be fun.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh yeah, it was the Wednesday before the Super Bowl in San Diego.
Yeah. Did he have his copper fit socks on?
I didn't. I don't know that because he had on jeans. I don't know what he.
Oh, he had the Wranglers on too.
Yeah, he had the Wranglers on. But I taught. We were just kicking. And I said, "You guys must be excited the week before you play the Detroit Lions." And he said, "No, actually, that's not true. We do respect them." He said, "They have good athletes. The problem is their leadership is really fucked up. And so even though you can have good athletes, if your leadership is messed up and the players don't believe in it, you're not going to win."
Yeah.
So he said that's the advantage we have over them. We know they don't believe in their coaches. They don't believe in the front office. But they have good athletes.
I hate to agree with Brett Favre, but he was right. This is why I say, in terms of SOL and the way people define it, I define it as organizational. Like, until you got the right people up top, it was never going to produce the product on the field that we all wanted. So
correct. Well, to your point, I didn't interview him, but I talked to a person who interviewed for a front office position with the Lions. And during the meeting, he was saying, let's try this, and I would like to do this, and blah. And then he said during the meeting, someone says, "That's not the way we do things around here." And he didn't say it, but he thought, well, shit, maybe you should try something different.
Oh, my God.
I often laugh because since we went down this road, now you have to include the Eric Kramer portion of this, okay? Up until this regime, what is the Lions' shining moment in at least our lives? A lot of you guys weren't around. The Lions' shining moment was going 12-4, winning the NFC Central. Yes, it was called the NFC Central, and going to the championship game in that one playoff win, okay, in 91. The season took off after Rodney Peete inexplicably rolled out against Dallas and blew his Achilles. Yeah. And they put in this guy named Eric Kramer. Mm-hmm. These are not Sean Baligian's words. Terry will vouch for this. I want you to know This is not my words, okay? Their high moment came when a quarterback of the team basically said time and time again in the huddle, let's do whatever we want in the huddle, and would call his own plays. They would call the play in, and he'd look at the guys and he'd go, yeah, we're not doing that. Let's go A7, 8, 9. And legitimately, he did not. And if you don't believe me, you can ask Lomas, okay? Legitimately, in the huddle, he would say, yeah, we're not doing that. Okay, boys, what do you guys want? Okay, let's do this, let's do that. So the high water mark, to emphasize Terry's point, the high water mark in this franchise history in so many of our lives was because a guy didn't listen to coaching.
Right.
If that doesn't tell you how effed up this franchise was.
Unless you were alive during the 50s and got to listen to the Lions championships on the radio.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You know what I want to say to you?
What's that?
You're on crack, but I can't.
Sean Belegian, who was on crack? My Stephen A. voice.
No, but and the thing is, Eric Kramer was probably the best quarterback. They had the three-headed monster: Eric Kramer, Rodney Peete, and Andre Ware. And Mr. Fold is Wayne Fonts always called, wanted so badly to start Andre Ware. If you went to practice, you saw Andre Ware was not qualified to run an NFL team.
He couldn't
not
throw.
At all.
He couldn't throw.
I guess that's why training camp is important.
Well, no, this is not training camp. This is during the regular season, during practice. And you see where Sean is? This is what Andre Ware do. Screen pass to Sean. Here, boy. Bam. He had no touch.
None.
Damn.
None.
Oh, man.
It was... So, yeah, the guy who wasn't supposed to be quarterback, who didn't listen to any of the plays, who literally called his own number and audibled all the time, that was our high water moment. If that doesn't emphasize what Terry just said, nothing will.
Right. And then at the end of the season, the Lions finally realized he was their best hope, so they started courting him. He said, no, peace out. I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. He went to the Bears.
Yeah. Did he have a game in which he went off on this? Because that's normally the right passage. Yeah, I was about to say.
He did.
Yeah, he did. He did. So can I ask this question then? If we're as terrified, because I literally, this is a question I had with myself. Do we have to rethink maybe the win totals? Because most of the people around here went El Slapo, right? It was, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think there was anybody who said under 12-5, right? I don't think there was one person that said under 12.
I was hinting around 11-6, and I have heard some 11-6s.
I didn't get polled. By the way.
Oh, you didn't get polled?
I think they're going 10-7 this year.
10-7.
My wife got mad at me.
Ooh wee.
Terry, I'm not going to yell at you for that because like I said, I had this epiphany last night. Like you sit at home doing your show prep and everything, and I looked at the depth chart. Just look at the depth chart right now. If that doesn't scare you, I don't know what does. And I know we are going to be offensively elite, and I don't throw that word out there. I believe this offense is going to be. However, if we're having this conversation here, and I'm sitting in my dumb office at home, terrified about that, what do you think opposing offenses are doing?
You're right. Yeah.
Like literally, that's. Could the answer come from within? Sure. Could they maybe decide that, no, you know what? Because of circumstances, we're going to get after the quarterback. Okay, Hutch, kill.
Yeah.
Like Hulk, smash.
All right.
Hutch, kill. Go, something like that. It has me, I got a little hookup about my 12-5. I'm not going to lie.
No, I hear you, and it's definitely a chance it could be worse than that. I hope it's not 10-7 like Terry's saying, because that may be borderline wild card. We don't know, but it might not get you in. It might not get you in. And I can't even fathom them not making the playoffs.
Let me predict the future. This young man here is going to come to me with his little puppy-eyed look and say, T, that offense wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I think the offense is going to be good.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be solid, but I don't think it's going to be spectacular or elite.
It has to be.
Well, one thing
it has to be, but it won't be.
Yeah, and maybe I'm desirous of that.
No,
maybe I am.
They are capable of that. I think it's one of those scenarios, and I've kind of been, kind of bringing this up too. We all just expect the offensive line to just jail day one. And if we didn't learn anything last year, that may not be the case. There may be some communication issues they have to sort through as the season goes along. New coordinator as well, so new system in place. So it might take some time. I do think they can get back to kind of what they were, but it's not going to be a right-away process. It's not. So, but I think the offense is more than capable. It's just all about what is that defense going to do.
It's really weird because at the same time, I don't want to say that I'm going back on my feeling. When they lost in the NFC Championship, I said, that's it. The ceiling is the Super Bowl or bust. And I'm not going back on it. I want you to know that. At the end of the year, let's say they go 12-5. Let's say they win 2 playoff games. It's a repeat of 2023 in that regard. But they lose in the NFC Championship. I'm not going to go, yay, hooray, or anything like that. I'm not. You're either in Super Bowl or bust territory or not, okay? And I don't think that this team is a team that can go win a Super Bowl. I don't, because of the deficiencies. That doesn't mean that I'm closing the window on this era, per se. But, Terry, if you do something like that, if you go 10-7, and KG, like you said, 2 years in a row, you go 10-7 and 9-8 with all the talent that we have here, there are going to be a lot of questions that start flying around.
And you got a lot of talent, but you got a lot of holes, too. We don't look at the holes. Kirby Joseph is a talented football player, but he may not play. Brian Branch, talented football player. He may not play. Penei Sewell, talented football player, but he's moving the left tackle, and you're asking him not to be the follower. Now, he's the lead dog, so he's got to solidify that line. He's got to say, I'm the vet now. You got to listen to me. Can he handle that role? I think he can, but I'm not sure.
He can. I'm not worried about Penei at all.
Now, a lot of times, Jahmyr Gibbs ran over the right side because Sewell was over there. Well, he's not there anymore. So now, are you going to be able to effectively do it to the left side? Amon-Ra St. Brown, love the guy. But let's face facts. He had Butterfingers last year.
Oh, he did.
Yep.
That's real.
J-Mo did, too. He led the league in drops.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, they're talented. Yes, they're capable of putting up elite numbers. I just don't think it's not going to happen on a consistent enough balance. Now, here's what they'll do is they'll play New Orleans and score 50 points. Then they'll have a big game against Green Bay and score 6. I think they'll be all over the place. So I'm not convinced that offense is going to be elite. And then when you put all the numbers together, it's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's going to be elite when you need them to be elite.
I think it has to be to overcome the defensive deficiencies.
Yeah.
Because I do not expect them to change their mentality and saying, nope, we're pinning the ears back and we're getting after the quarterback like dogs. Right. There's no reason for me to believe that that's going to happen.
Which is funny because they kind of improved the edge room this year.
Yeah.
I mean, you do got to give them some credit.
Oh, yeah.
They finally improved on the edge room, and now we have no secondary.
I agree.
So, but we will see.
That might help the secondary.
No, and that's the key to helping a secondary in which you don't have a lot of guys. So I think depth-wise, they'd be good if they had solidified starters. They just don't have that right now. So, yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle. We going to see, what Kelvin Shepard's made of. Allegedly, they're going to change the scheme. They're going to play a little bit more nickel
You can't give
this
us a
year.
little sneak peek at the defense, Kelvin Shepard?
I can't, unfortunately, because I am not Kelvin Shepard. I know we have great hair, but
I forgot
not
about
the same
that bit.
person.
I did. I forgot about that.
Oh, the chat
bit.
doesn't forget. They don't forget shit. So, yeah.
By the way, very quickly, Maz is in tomorrow. We've enjoyed having Terry. Maz is in tomorrow. I want to see if Maz changes his KG. I don't know if you saw it. JB and I were having fun with it. If you guys don't know this, love the guy, but Maz is an emotional roller coaster. Okay, completely unprompted last night.
Last
JB.
night? Oh, this is new.
JB. Seriously,
new development.
You tell me if I'm BSing people. Completely unprompted last night, Maz sent us a GIF of a white flag.
Yeah.
Oh,
And JB was the smart one. JB goes, "What are you trying to say, Maz?
Right.
It's over. I give up. This team isn't going anywhere." And the reason why I bring this up today is because if the Tigers win tonight, What are the chances that Maz is back on the wagon tomorrow?
There is a chance. There's always a chance.
Check your checks.
There's always a chance with Maz.
I'm back, guys.
Yeah. I don't think one game is going to drive him backward. Now, if they win this series, then he's probably back. If they win the series, he's back.
I love the Maz roller coaster. I do. I love the Maz roller coaster.
I don't think this game will influence it.
All right. Listen, we're up against it. We've got the WNBA Minute coming up.
All right.
Stay tuned.
And evidently, I didn't know this. Since Terry's here, we always a Q&A. I'm intrigued to hear about the Q&A aspect of things. Okay. But if you go over a minute, you're going to be yelled at.
Oh, yeah. It's over. He's getting broke up. So.
All right. Where are we going, JB?
Let's hear from Amnesia, KG, and Planet Fitness. Terry.
I will tell the people about Amnesia and in particular their new product, the Switch. It's a 2-gram dual chamber disposable featuring liquid diamonds, and with 2 chambers and 2 different flavor profiles, you can enjoy the left. You can enjoy the right, or you can enjoy both at the same damn time. Not 2 chains, but it is 2 different strands of that good stuff, man. So discover your new favorite with the Switch by Amnesia.
And Planet Fitness.
I tell you what I like about Planet Fitness. There's a place for us old guys in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can go in there and I got a little belly. I'm not going to come in there all gunned up and everything.
Judgment free.
They don't make fun of me.
They don't.
They say, you go ahead, do your thing. We're here to support you. And you can't make your local club. You can go anywhere else in the world. I've worked out in Las Vegas, West Bloomfield, Sterling Heights, you name it. Okay. You can go anywhere. They have over 60 locations throughout metropolitan Detroit and thousands around the world. Now, my son Brandon, he took part of the Planet Fitness High School Summer Pass, which is back right now until August 31st. Teens 14 through 19 can work out in the Planet Fitness for free all summer long. He did that. Now, when he became an adult, he noticed Planet Fitness had, low prices, like $30 a month or whatever. And he moved to New York. And he wanted to know, is it the same price in New York as it is everywhere else? Because the club he wanted to start, it was like this bougie club with the ladies in the little spandex. It was $300 a month. Yeah. He said, I can't afford that. I said, Planet Fitness isn't that.
No. And they got ladies in spandex too.
Yeah, and they do. Yep, they do.
Yeah, boy, let me tell you.
And Planet Fitness is always making improvements and has totally remodeled the Shelby Plaza location on 23 Mile Road in Shelby Township in Chesterfield as well, which is probably where Neil is right now.
Yeah.
So Planet Fitness, go check it out at planetfitness.com.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around.
Drive Energy Pouches give me the energy and clarity to find and beat the shit out of every opportunity that shows its face.
Live and direct, I'm back on set action. Create the wave, we cannonball splash 'em. Light court swinging, get your head shot. Point blank, dead stop. 16 balls in a headlock.
Drive Energy Pouches are for the people who actually want to win, not for the crybabies out there who are happy with a participation award. There's zero sugar, so give Thrive a try.
Go.
It's game on at Art & Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art & Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Experience summer in Detroit with pro soccer at Keyworth Stadium. Every Detroit City FC match brings a new reason to show up early and stay late. Tickets available now at deadcityfc.com.
Hey, let me tell you about the legendary Yaldo Eye Center. They've been in business for over 30 years. They've done over 100,000 procedures. That alone should tell you everything that you need to know. They're doing something right. Better yet, why don't you ask somebody who's had it done? They'll tell you the same thing I'm about to tell you. It's completely painless. It takes just 8 minutes, and recovery is so fast, most people are seeing 20/20 the very next day. Now, they've got a great promotion going on right now. Think of it as an investment. All the money that you spend on eye care, you can make it go away. $16.99 per eye. You will save thousands of dollars on glasses and contacts and visits in the long run. Wake up with clear vision. Book your consultation with the legendary Yaldo Eye Center today. Just go to yaldoeyecenter.com/1699.
Now, I'm not going to fall for the fake today. Do not go to the Woodward Sports Detroit Tigers watch party at the Art and Jakes in Shelby Township. It's already happened.
Yes.
But here's what you can do. You can go to Art and Jakes in Shelby, Clinton Township, Chesterfield. They got locations all over the place, and enjoy good food. It's not good bar food. It's good food at Art and Jakes. They got ribs on Monday, and you can watch the Tigers anytime you want, home or away at Art and Jakes. You don't want to miss a single pitch with over 80 wall-to-wall TVs. I mean, they got TVs all over the damn place. 22 draft beers on tap to keep you refreshed, and a menu packed with absolute fan favorites. And at Art and Jakes, I got a girl.
Hey, that your wife don't know about.
That she don't. Wife don't know about her. We not fooling around, but
yeah,
she's made a couple drinks for me, which were delicious, and she
Terry
pours my beer.
You take him home.
Come party with us at Art and Jakes, because I'll be there sometimes. I go to, is that Novi or Northville? That's Northville. Yeah, Northville.
6 Mile.
Yeah, 6 Mile, Art and Jakes. Art and Jakes is a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor. Go there. You'll love it. Mm-hmm.
Did that bartender have the Minnie Mouse costume on?
She did not.
Okay.
So quickly, before we get to the WNBA minute, and I'm going to give you your minute. All right, Alex? JB sent us something. I like to look at this stuff. I don't know how much I put into it, but I like to look at it anyway. You know, a lot of people do their projections and their sims, et cetera, Pro Football Network simulated the 2026 season using what they call their NFL playoff predictor. I have no idea what that entails, okay? But for what it's worth, I won't blow through the whole AFC. They have the Bills and Broncos in the AFC Championship game. There it is. More heartbreak for the Bills. Broncos going back to the Super Bowl. But pay attention to the right side of the screen. I see the Buccaneers. I see the Rams. I see the Eagles. I see the Niners. I see the Bears, and I see the Packers. You know who I don't see?
The Lions. The Detroit
Your
Lions.
Detroit Lions. So I guess 10-7 is not going to be good enough.
If they don't make the playoffs, can I think out loud? If they don't make the playoffs,
I can't even fathom it.
How hot does the heat get for both Brad Holmes, who's already ticked off a portion of the fan base, okay? And Dan Campbell, who hasn't ticked off as much, in my opinion, of the fan base. How hot does the heat get for those two guys going into next year?
The heat gets extremely hot for Brad Holmes, and the heat gets mildly hot for Dan Campbell.
I tend to agree with that.
Because I think if the organization had to make a decision, they would choose Dan over Brad.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, because Dan just means too much to the city, to the organization at this point. Former player, he was here during 0-16, the whole bit. He was a big part of the resurgence.
And he's crazy.
So, yeah, and he's a wild man. So,
we can all relate to that.
Yeah, so I think that they would choose Dan. I do.
I don't even want to think about
I don't
that,
think
dude.
both. If they were to miss the playoffs this season, I don't think they get fired, though. But
no, I don't either.
No,
Terry,
nobody would get fired, but
do you think Sheila goes that far and says, no, we need a new direction? Do you think she goes that far?
Not yet.
Okay.
They'll have to miss 2 years.
She might even come back out and do the famous, I'm sticking by my guys speech again.
She'll probably, she'll do that.
Yeah.
And then she'll say, hey, Chris, just in case you don't work out, go look for somebody else.
Right.
All right, it's time. I know many of you have been waiting on bated breath.
I know, I'm excited.
And we're not, I wanted to be nice to you today as well, Alex. Normally we get to you at about 9:58. I wanted to give you a little more time, even though it's only a minute, to get us all pumped up for the WNBA Minute. You ready to go?
Oh, yeah. I know everyone's excited. That's what the people are here to see. That's what they stay around till 9:50 for.
All right, clock starts when we hit the music. In 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Not that many exciting updates are coming to you from the WNBA right now. We are a little bit over halfway in the season. In the West, the Minnesota Lynx still are dominating. I mean, they're dominating the whole league right now, but they've got a firm grasp on that number 1 spot in the West. However, an interesting development as the Golden State Valkyries have ascended over the Las Vegas Aces, going into that number 2 spot. Very interesting to see. I know I said they weren't the real deal a couple weeks ago. I still agreed that they were probably a single playoff team, but we'll see how they go. In the East, the back and forth between the Atlanta Dream and the Indiana Fever, my personal favorite team, still going on right now. The Indiana Fever are sitting at the number 1 spot in the East by 1 game. Hopefully they can hold on to that. The MVP race is going on. Asia Wilson is looking to be the favorite. However, Paige Beckers is looking to be another contender with what she has done with the Dallas Wings. We are coming off the All-Star game where Team Spoon beat Team Coop, and they set a record number of viewers with 3.44 million views, showing that the WNBA is
It's up. It's over.
Wow. Quick question.
Alex, you're the best. Like, you knew you were going over 1 and you did it anyway.
It's all right. I had to get that little last word in, but that was all I had. Jeez, the table moved over.
Is Caitlin Clark still an elite player?
She's a generational and elite player. Correct.
Who would you rather have, Caitlin Clark or Paige Beckers?
On my team?
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin Clark.
You're asking the wrong guy, though.
Oh.
Well, no. Paige Beckers is good. She's a great player. She'd be like my second place here, but she is not as consistent with the team as Caitlin Clark has been. Paige Beckers, again, phenomenal player, phenomenal scorer, but the impact that Caitlin Clark has when she is on the court, we talked about Magic Johnson, how you could be a 6-point scorer suddenly or 9-point scorer when he's on the court. Caitlin Clark the same way.
Okay. I watched too much stuff on the internet. Was the WNBA All-Star Weekend simply a showcase for lesbians?
Did I not say before that this was gonna happen? I told Sean before we went.
Oh, you're babbling.
I was like, listen, just like the first question that was asked me on the show, I politely declined to say I think it was a showcase of some phenomenal female athletes. Yeah. But, shout out Sophie Cunningham for what she's doing politically as well. Just want to say that. But.
Terry, is this thing catching on? Like, legit? I'm asking.
WNBA?
Yeah, is it catching on a bit?
I think a little bit it is.
I do, too.
And I think a lot of it has to do with not the games, but them promoting the women walking in and out of the stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
People like that better.
Yep. Do you know what the big difference is between the WNBA and years gone by? There weren't Alexes of the world that were talking about how it's a damn good product. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
There are a lot of Alexes out there. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not saying that because you could break my neck. No, I know some people that like, again, would they put it on the top of their list or anything? No, but they're like, dude, it's not that bad. And no offense, it's just not for me. It doesn't grab me.
And that's okay.
But you have more people like that, Terry, than we've ever had in the previous 20 years of the WNBA.
No, and I've progressed too.
Okay.
If the WNBA is on the TV, I don't immediately turn it off.
You give it about a minute?
I give it a minute and then I turn it off.
Okay. I appreciate the minute.
Yes.
It's like, if you're a basketball fan, I think you're going to give it a little time. If that's like your thing, you're going to give it. It's the same thing with the professional women's hockey league. Okay, yeah. It's hockey, so you got me already. You got me, all right. But is it something I'm going to dig in for and go, oh my gosh, I can't. Oh, Montreal's coming to town. The Victoires taking on Detroit. Oh, I can't miss this game. It's not like that. It doesn't have that grab in any way, shape, or form.
No.
But there are more people like Alex. You know that there are more people out there like you than there ever was for this.
Yeah, we have coffee every Thursday. There's like 15 of us.
Yeah.
It is a good product. I have enjoyed watching it over the past few years. I will say I'm late to the bandwagon, but I have enjoyed watching it, and I am a true fan. I know a lot of people think I'm doing this for the bit, but I am a true fan of the
All right, here. I'm going to put you to the test.
Please do.
When Detroit's WNBA team starts
In
playing,
2029, yes.
are you going to have season tickets?
Oh, I think at that point they're gonna want me there. So I think they're good.
Yeah, you're going to be an accredited media member, right?
If not the coach.
All right, I have a question for you. And this is showing, when does the WNBA season start and when does it end?
Starts in May.
It starts in May.
Starts in May. Usually the preseason games are around April, and then
And it ends in May.
It does not end in May.
No, I'm kidding.
So we do have it's a 44 game season.
Okay.
So usually it ends around beginning of October.
Okay.
When we're in the championship.
A WNBA game is on.
Yeah.
All right, and I'm not even talking Michigan State, okay? And there's like Alabama Ole Miss is on. What are you watching?
WNBA.
No shit.
Over Alabama and Ole Miss? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I usually just check into Alabama's game to message my my friend down in Alabama, and I say roll Tide when they lose.
Ohio State, Penn State.
I will. No, I'm not going to watch an Ohio State game of my.
Would you watch a Michigan game over a WNBA
Yes.
game? Okay.
Yes.
Would you watch a Tiger game over a WNBA game?
Not this season. No.
What about the playoffs? What if they're in the playoffs?
Yeah.
If the Tigers are in the playoffs, I'm driving a Lamborghini. So I don't think I'll have to deal with that dilemma.
Would you watch postseason baseball in general? It's pick somebody. The Dodgers and
Padres.
The Cubs, the Padres, whoever.
Only if my job relied on it. If personal choice, I'll watch the WNBA.
No shit.
Yeah, I love it's in my probably top 4 sports of my top 4 sports leagues for me personally.
There's a game on tonight.
Yes.
Tigers, Orioles, or the WNBA?
WNBA. 1000%.
No shit.
I will
Wow.
check in. I will check into the stats, obviously, for what we got to do here. But other than that, WNBA all day.
What would you do if Caitlin Clark walked into this studio now?
Oh.
One, I would message my fiance and be like, "Hey, I'm sorry." 2, I would,
He would risk it all for Caitlin Clark.
I would risk it all.
Would you have to put on some adult Depends?
I'd have to put on stilts to look her in the eye because I'm a short king.
Dude, you're like if you are legitimately, you're a legit fan. I mean, because it's to me that's always the test. Like I'm a defer to college football guy. I'm like openly admit it. I mean, I'm gonna. It doesn't matter. LSU and Mississippi State. I'm watching that game, and I'm gonna be the guy at midnight that I'm texting Neil going, "Are you watching this Stanford Hawaii game? This is great." Things like that. So, if you're serious, you're watching the WNBA over all that.
There's only 2 sports I would watch over it. That would be the NFL or the NBA. I would watch over the WNBA.
Dude, wow. They better get you on payroll. Are you kidding me?
I'm sitting here, man.
Yeah, that's legitimate.
This is legit.
All right, we got to get out of here. JB, anything else I got to do? I think I got to talk about Icon. All right, we are excited to welcome Icon Auto Repair and Collision to the Woodward Sports family. Listen, support those who support us. If you have something going on with your car, these are the guys. An accident, needs repairs, whatever the case may be, you can trust the team at Icon Auto Repair and Collision. They have 3 convenient locations in the D, Madison Heights, Shelby Township, and Pontiac. By the way, they offer free car loaners and even offer to pay your deductible. What are you waiting for? If you have an issue with your car, go to Icon Auto Repair. Visit iconauto.com. It's the Icon you can count on.
You got it. Take your time.
Hey, folks, looking for a career upgrade? Or do you want to work for the WNBA? Probably not. But I'm going to tell you, check out Mortgage Pros, the #1 mortgage broker to work for in the state of Michigan. We saw their incredible company culture firsthand at their annual block party. Their team truly loves what they do, and it shows. With a 4.9 stars on Google and over 4,000 reviews, their reputation speaks for itself. If you are looking for a new job, give Mortgage Pros in Troy a call at 248-416-1361. I love to repeat numbers. Looking for a job with Mortgage Pros? 248-416-1361. Mortgage Pros. Let the pros handle it.
Hey, make sure you check out T's fine work. He is the minister of words. That'll be going up on the site. Always great to work with you, Terry.
It's going up the top 5 all-time pro athletes, and and comment about how my little young friends here graded it.
Maz will be in tomorrow. Keep it here. We got the Crunch Time boys coming up. Of course, Braylon after that. And then, of course, the heavyweights. Until tomorrow, we'll see you. Peace.